My name is Val Snekvik, and I was part of Reservoir Church as it erupted with growth in 1999. In that year, just after our public launch the year prior, we moved from the YWCA in Central Square into the Cambridge Ringe and Latin School campus. The Cambridge Vineyard, as we were known then, was welcoming streams of newcomers due to our ambitious and innovative marketing campaign. At the time, I was leading our kids ministry. A fun nostalgic detail for those of you who know Kate Nelson or Jeff Roberts, I actually started a kids' church class just for Kate's and Jeff's families in 1999, when Kate was 10, Tori was 10, and Lucy was 8, taking them and their friends hiking in the Blue Hills with another member, Julie. The chaos of welcoming so many people brought with it tons of work but great joy, as we managed each week to host and lead new faces with fun activities and a meaningful engagement about Jesus and each other's real lives. Each Sunday in 1999, when I arrived at church, my first task was to gather others who were also there, setting up hundreds of chairs, and we marched down to this filthy basement in the school, which they had set aside to allow us to store baby and little kid equipment. If I told you how dank that basement was, where we stored the kids' supplies, you would raise your eyebrows. But the love and the laughter that echoed through our parade of volunteers ascending from the gross storage area as we pulled tiny chairs out to set up for kids are what stick with me. Another funny memory is of my late husband Andrew and our friend Lisa helping clean up the cafeteria after each service. While folks milled around socializing, praying, or running after kids, Andrew and Lisa would head to the far wall of the cafeteria to do the duty of disposing of unfinished communion wine. Lisa was Catholic background, and she taught us that it was not okay to dump the wine once it was prayed over into a sink or, God forbid, anywhere lowly like a toilet. It must be consumed. So they did their cleanup duty as holy service. I'll finish with a few happy photos. The first is of Caroline and Charles Park dancing at their wedding at Cambridge Ringe and Latin School in July of 1999, because in that year it seemed like we were holding endless parties and weddings. The second here is of a few kids. I think from the left to right, it's Sarah, Lucy, Joanna, Terrell, Sam, and Luke. They're about to make their own blob of silly putty as taught by an artist in the church in our program called The Big Dig, Big Dreams in God. We had a blast in all the mess, and a shout out to the Walker brothers, Sam and Luke, who ended up following their dreams to start a kombucha business, Walker Brothers Kombucha. So maybe it all started at Reservoir Dreaming. You know, in those early years, I spent from about 1997 to 1999 or 2000 volunteering, even though I worked for the church staff for 14 years. And I put in about 15 hours a week, but it was because of the joy of what we felt like God was doing in our little corner of the world. It's sort of a mystery why so many people in Cambridge showed up through our doors. And I still think it's a little bit of a mystery of why I still credit God and Jesus for giving me that push to hold out for joy and a great life. So happy anniversary, 25th Reservoir Church, and may you continue to bring great joy into people's lives.